Hey guys, what's up? So the Switch has been out for a little over a week now, which is awesome. And I finally have my very first accessory. And as you can tell by the title of this video, I picked up a carrying case. So to just give a little bit of background, obviously I wanted a carrying case for the Switch because it is a portable system. It is something that you can take anywhere. And with that, obviously you want some kind of protection from drops and just travel and everything like that. So I was scouring Amazon for quite some time, and I was just looking at a bunch of different cases, and there were some that I really liked. Some had some really cool designs on them. Others were fairly cheap that looked like they were good quality. But as I was going around, I was seeing some that I really liked that were a little too expensive. Some just didn't offer what I was looking for, and I was getting kind of discouraged. But the system just came out, so I'm sure that there will be tons more that you could buy in the future. But I was lucky enough to find one that I think will fit my needs fairly well, and I wanted to share that off with you guys today. Not show it off. That's a bad choice of words. Don't pay attention to that. Sorry. So the case that I decided to pick up, and let me pull up the official title on Amazon. So this is the Nintendo Switch hard carrying case with 20 game cartridge holders by Butterfox. Now, Butterfox is a brand that I've never heard of before, but I sort of just quickly searched their name on Amazon. It looks like they've made cases for like the 3DS, and it seems like a lot of people really enjoy this brand, and a lot of the cases that this company has put out for, I think it was just the 3DS. They might have more, I don't entirely know. I just did a very quick search. But just briefly looking at this just now, it just came in the mail a little bit ago. Just briefly looking at this now, I think this is going to be a pretty great case for the Switch. So you can see on the front it's got a Fox insignia, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that's their company logo or if they just decided to do it for this thing. I don't entirely know. But one of the deciding factors of me wanting to get an official or a Switch carrying case, I didn't want to get one that said like Nintendo Switch on it, or one that had like Link or Mario or something like that, because that's sort of an invitation like, hey, I've got the brand new Nintendo system that you can't find anywhere. And that sort of, lets people know what you have, and that could potentially be a bad thing. I'm not saying that will always happen, because I've got, a 3DS case, and it's got Mario on it, and it says Nintendo 3DS right on the top. It's actually upside down. No, it's not. This is the right way. Sorry. Anyway, so that it's not something that would always happen. But since the system is so new, I didn't want something that just said Nintendo Switch on it or anything like that. So it's a little bit more conspicuous and incognito. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I think the Fox logo looks pretty neat too. So there's that. So this is the front. This is the bottom side, I guess. Other side. The top has a pretty sturdy rubber handle, which I think feels good. Very soft, and as you can hear, very sturdy. So definitely this will hold up with travel or anything that you're doing, on the go related with your Nintendo Switch. So I'm very excited about this. One thing that I do notice that I don't quite like is there are two zippers, and they are a bit noisy, which kind of sucks, but it's just because it's like a hard plasticky type feel. Whereas if we look at my 3DS case, the zippers are more like rubber because they're actual coins from Mario, which is kind of cool. So that might get a little annoying, but I think that's a very minor complaint, as it were. There is one other one that I'll talk about, but spoiler alert. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this thing. So again, slippers. The zippers are very sturdy, which I like. One other thing I should mention is that I do have like this blue color. So there's a blue color, a red, and a black available. But on Amazon, it looks like the blue is the only one available right now. It says it's going to be... I just purchased this like last week, and it said it was like out of stock as soon as I ordered it. And it said it currently wasn't available, but it looks like today it changed. So it says in stock March 23rd, 2017. So I'll put this link in the description for the blue edition, and then I'll put the other two links for the black and red editions as well, just by some chance that they might be available, and then you can sort of buy it then. But at the moment, it looks like the blue one is the only one available. But I like the blue. Blue's my favorite color, so I thought that was kind of neat. It would have been cool to get red, because like Nintendo is red and things like that, but that's all right. So this is what it looks like when you open it. So very cool, right? So this is one thing that I really was looking for when looking for a case, is I wanted something on the lid that I could put just a ton of stuff in here. So like in my 3DS case, when you open it, there's nothing on the lid. So like if you want to take your charger, you have to like pack it in a different bag or anything like that. So I thought this was kind of neat because I wanted something where I could just keep everything in one case, and like I don't have to have my charger somewhere else. I just want to keep everything together. So that was a big deciding factor. So that is cool too. So probably the only thing that's really going to go up here for me is like a USB-C charging cable. I don't really have any extra Joy-Cons. I don't have like a Joy-Con, I don't know, like a sleeve or a rubber grip or anything. I don't use the Joy-Con wrist straps, so I probably won't be packing that around either. So it's probably primarily going to be a spot for the USB-C charger. But still, I think that's very cool that they included that, so I like that a lot. And again, a very easy zipper. Not too difficult at all. So then below that, you've got your game card slots. And again, my lighting is terrible, I apologize. But you've got 10 different slots there. But what's even cooler is if you lift this up, there are even more game card slots. So that's really cool. So that's something, another deciding factor when looking for a case. Because there were some cases that only had like 6 game card slots or like 5 or just 10. And I was like, okay, that is, a pretty decent number. But, I'm trying to think ahead into the future. And like, I plan on just being primarily a physical gamer. So I like getting the game cards and putting the boxes on the shelf and things like that. So I wanted a case that would have a lot of space for, physical game cards. So this was a huge deciding factor because, 10 is good, obviously, but 20 is better. And I don't know if I'll ever have 20 games for the Switch at one point, but it is nice to sort of have that be present in this whole thing. So that's a huge thing as well. So I'll just show you guys what that looks like with some game cards in it. So I have Breath of the Wild, of course, and I've also got Super Bomberman R. So essentially, I don't really think I have to explain this, but so all you do, pick it up, see it there, just slide the game card right into the slot there, and bam. So you can see a little bit of the artwork, and then you can see the Switch logo as well on the game card. So that's pretty cool. And just to give you another idea of what it looks like with 2 of them in there. Although I think you can pretty much use your imagination with that. So again, fits very snugly in there. So these things are not going to fall out. If you put it upside down and start shaking it, they're not going to move. So that's very cool. I like that a lot. There was another case that I saw where like it came with like plastic boxes and you had to open the box and then put the game cards in, and I was like, that's too much work. I'm not about that box life. So hashtag box life. No, I'm just kidding. So again, very nice game card slots, 20 of them. And then finally, this is the main attraction, I guess, is where the Switch goes. So another big deciding factor that I wanted to get this case was that some cases I saw required you to take the Joy-Con off of the Switch and then like sort of put them in a different spot within the case, and then the tablet just sort of sits by itself. And while that would have been okay, I didn't really want to take the Joy-Cons off, put them in a different spot, and then put the Switch somewhere else. I kind of just wanted to make it all be together at the same time and just transport it that way. Just sort of is one less extra step that you have to worry about. So I mentioned that I had another little tiny complaint, and this is where this comes in. So you can see in the spot here there are elastic bands that hold the Switch in place. So I just tested this like right when I opened the package, and so I put the Switch in there, and it fits very, very secure in here, which is obviously good. But having the straps on top of it, it's a little difficult to get the Switch out. And some other reviewers were talking about this on Amazon as well. They were saying that once the Switch is in here, it's a little difficult to get out because the bands are very, elasticy, I guess is the right word. So it's a little tough to get the switch out. And I'm not going to do it here because I don't really want to do that again. I mean, it was fine, it was easy, but I mean, it wasn't easy, I just don't feel like doing it. So this is what the switch looks like when it's just strictly just sort of sitting in here. And you can see it looks very secure. There's not really a whole lot of wiggle room, which is nice. But that's one of the difficult things about getting the switch out of here, is that since there's no real space to sort of get your fingers in here to pull it out, since this case is kind of hard, you kind of have to bend the case a little bit, and then it pops out, and then you're able to sort of grab it like that. And with having the elastic straps sort of on top of that, it's a little difficult to like pull the strap and then pull the bend the case and then pull the system out. It's just a little difficult and kind of tedious to do. And it just seems like you're spending a lot of time doing that. So I'm thinking of just putting the switch right on top of the straps itself, because the straps go like right. Let me see if I can do this. Come on. God, please do not drop this. So the straps go like right where the screen and the Joy-Cons meet. So it's kind of, I mean, that's where it essentially should go. But it's just a little difficult to like take both of them out at the same time and trying to bend the case and then take the switch out. So I might just even cut off the straps. One of the reviewers on Amazon said they did that and it's a lot easier. Others are just saying that they're just putting the switch right on top of it, so I might do that too. Some other reviewers were saying that since it's such a tight fit that when you put the switch down that it presses like the shoulder buttons. I haven't noticed that too much. Okay, so it kind of does, but you have to like really press hard on it. So I'm not even pressing a button. So it unlocked just like that, but I was like pressing down hard to, you know, to wake this thing up from sleep mode. So I don't know if that's going to be like a huge thing or not. You know, when you're traveling, if that's going to happen, I don't entirely know. So I guess just sort of, if you are interested in this case, just sort of keep that in mind, but I don't think that's really going to happen. And again, the good thing is that if something does happen to your Switch or the Joy-Con, it's just most likely going to be the Joy-Con itself, but I don't think that that's going to be a problem, especially since I really had to press down and make sure that I was like trying to actually press the shoulder button. So I don't think that's going to happen, but again, something to keep in mind if you're you know, cautious about that. But so anyway, if you just close this up and just zip it up, it looks great and it's very sturdy, and I do not think that anything is going to happen to this at all. So I am very pleased with this purchase. I should have also mentioned the price. It's only $24.99, so $25. So not the cheapest case available out there, but it's certainly not the most expensive either. So overall, I am definitely happy with this thing. And again, I love the game card slots. I love how there's 20 of them. I love how there's a spot for like a charger and other accessories. So like headphones could fit in there too. I mean, like earbuds. So overall, I'm very happy with this. I think this is going to be a great first accessory for my Switch. So I'm excited to finally sort of take it around outside and go places with it. So now that I finally have something to protect it. So that's all for today, guys. Just a quick little video about the case that I got. Again, I'll leave the Amazon links in the description for each of the colors. Again, it looks like the blue is the only one available right now. So if that's the one you want, awesome. If you want the other colors, you might have to wait a little bit. But yeah, I think it's a great case. So again, this is by Butterfox, which is a company I've never heard of before, but I'm definitely going to sort of keep my eye out for them now because seems like a very great product. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have a case for your Switch, let me know what you got. You know, anything that you want to talk about it, let me know, because I might want another case. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Just to have like a spare one lying around in case something happens to this one. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day and take care.